here we go. Should be going live here in a moment. I'm live. Don't need anybody here. Don't worry. Just grind in the arena. Gotta earn my points. Gotta cry. I cleared Nameless Thanos today. I got it all on video. Every second. Didn't miss a single second. Nope, not me. I'm intelligent. I made sure that my record was working. Nope. Instead, actually, it is 8 minutes of me dictating the end of the fight. You do get the beginning part of the fight. You get to see me struggle a little bit. But you don't get to see me do the last part of the fight. It was my first clear, so I'm kind of really disappointed that I don't get the video because I lose that. Like, part of the reason why I do this is I actually watch my own videos sometimes when I'm grinding the arena. One, because I can kind of like critique myself and learn, but also like it's just fun. I get to like relive really exciting moments. Like, that was such an exciting moment. I mean, it makes a really good audio file on one side. Like, I do know I am a talker. I don't need anyone there to listen to me. I can just listen to my voice talk all day. My voice talk as if it's its own persona. It is its own persona. My voice has a mind of its own. When I was a kid, my parents used to make fun of me for talking too much because they would say, you just talk to listen to yourself talk. And they're not wrong. I love listening to myself talk. I like the noise. World's too quiet. That's why I used to listen to a lot of music when I was in school, because obviously you can't talk when the teacher's talking. After I took down Nameless Thanos, I got a nice 5-star crystal. I got a really solid one. You should definitely check that out and see how amazingly lucky I got. I mean, I think that I got so lucky people will unsubscribe. That's how lucky I got in my 5-star crystal. I think people are going to say, nope, this guy's boosted. He's clearly bribing Kabam. That's how lucky I got, team. That's okay. I'm over it. I already did my wallowing video. That'll be out on Sunday. If you want to see me just wallow in self-pity. Now, I just want to be live. I have to grind so much arena today, and I just feel so demotivated that I thought, you know what? I'll go live. I'll grind some arena live. We'll put some effort in, and we'll see where we're at from there. Because right now I want to get this 1 million cutoff T4 basic class catalyst. Wow, I really need Juggernaut to do a little more work here. Damn. That's okay. I think I still won the streak. Is someone watching? Cool. Well, thanks for popping in. We're a little over 300,000 away. I think the cutoff is actually 1.15 on tier 4 basic. I want this tier 4 basic. This is what's holding me back. 750. No, it is just 1.1 million. So 400,000 away from grabbing that. Hopefully I can get pretty close. I'm going to try to grab that with mostly my 4-star roster here. But I'm going to probably do this rotation of 4 stars and then get the rest of those points with 3 stars just because of how efficient that would be. It's too inefficient to do it elseways. Wow. Wow. Not a good place to be. This is not a good setup. I am... I'm more confident like this. I need to win at least 2 out of these 3 fights. Oh, it's an unawakened Medusa. So much easier, actually. I should have brought Ronin. Do need to bait out a special here. Can just respond in kind. Gonna need to bait one more special out. Ooh, wanted to get that parry. Let's see if my special 3 can just tank her. Should. If you're ever wondering why I'm looking up like this, it's because I am just staring at my screen. Just in case you're ever curious. If you're like, that's weird, he's doing something strange. That's what I'm doing. If you watched that Nameless Thanos fight, shout out to Seaton, Dork Lessons. Your guides helped me clear that Nameless Thanos fight. Just saying. Also, you know, shout out to Kabam for sending out those 3 team revives. I used all 3. And that is the only reason I had the amount of lives in order to clear the fight. It's actually funny. I don't think, personally, that this 3rd phase is all that hard. I mean, like, yes, I had to use a lot of revives, so I guess that is like a perspective thing. But in my perspective, I don't think it was that hard in comparison to the rest of the fight. I really feel like the first phase... Uh-oh. Nope. Do you want to win this fight with vision, please? Ugh, death to cold snap. I suck. I'm not gonna lie. The big reason I'm doing this live video right now to grind arena is because I'm really thrown off my game right now. But it doesn't change the fact that I need to put this time in. I need to focus a little bit better. Ooh, I wanted to dodge that actually. Don't need to wait for the full animation there. Dash back. My triple in here. I need a bait. There we go. I'm actually going to sit here in this phase, get my precision buff. Use my special 3. Kind of help my carpal tunnel. Because my left hand is killing me. You have no idea. I've been playing for 6 hours straight. And just wreck that core of his glaive. If you're ever wondering, I am trying to be a Ronin main. He is my favorite champion. Very well might be the first 4-star I rank up to rank 5. I have a Sig all the way up to Sig, I want to say Sig 60 or so. He is just so fun to play. Fun to play, I think very, very good. I talk about it a lot, but I got that Ronin by grinding the arena for 20 hours. I did 10 refreshes a day. You know, if you wait 2 hours to do your rotation, I did 10 a day for 3 days for all 6 days. It hurt. I mean, back then I only had, I want to say like 15 or 16 4-stars at the time, like because of how fast I accelerated through just with crystals. Oh, I should have waited on that a little bit more. Can get a parry. I can probably just cheese this magic actually, but we'll just play it right just in case. Get a stun. Nope. Ooh, might die here. I have the class advantage. Okay, not so bad. Hulk Ragnarok OP. Yeah, no, I definitely feel a lot better when I play my 4-stars here. I can't complain. I've got a damn good 4-star roster. I mean, I'm sitting in the 33. Yeah, I can't complain. I deserve to get a bad 5-star for the next 3 5-stars probably. I just I wish I could grind them in arena. I mean, even like really going hard, I can only get like 4 or 5 million. And that's, I mean, that is not sleeping. Right? I've developed mastery of the what is sleep strategy, which is sleeping for 45 minutes, grinding for an hour and 15 minutes, and then sleeping for 45 minutes, and then doing that for 4 hours or so. Nope, 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 nope. Let's get some distance here. Goodbye, Korg. Good to have you. Ooh, that's what I get for playing one-handed. Death to poison. Here it comes. I think I need to win this next fight. Yeah. I'm exhausted. I'm not running my 20-hour, my 10 refresh strategy these days, but oh, this is an awakened Medusa. That's not good. Wish my Black Widow was awakened. That hurt. Yep, there's the auto block. Fun and interactive. I'm just gonna kill myself. That sucked. Now, the efficient way to do this would be to grind up and build a multiplier. But and like, you know, because I'm currently farming the tier 4 basic catalyst. Actually, you know what we'll do? I have plenty of time. I'm going to pop over here real quick. Let me check my champion count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 29. So I can do 27. So we'll do all but 2. If you're hanging out in the chat, feel free to talk at me. I think there's only one of you, but I appreciate your time. Your time is appreciated by me. But if you don't want to, I understand. When I was 15 days in, I grinded out, I want to say Carnage? Let me see. Let me look it up. There is a schedule somewhere I can look up. Don't mind me. Just going to be playing one-handed for a moment here. See, MCOC, Basic, Arena. I don't type very fast one-handed because I do use standard key controls. MCOC, Basic, Arena schedule. So about 15 days or so in, for like the first 10 days, I grinded Summoner Trials as well as the 3-star featured. I didn't go for the basic until Carnage. Yep, Carnage was the first basic I went to. Even though I do have a Symbiote Supreme, I did get him by luck. And I did grind Carnage and Human Torch in the same period. I was confident. I had to dump 40 units into Human Torch to secure him. I want to say not a whole lot. I think it was like 8 refills, just because I had like an awkward amount. So for the last 8 refreshes I refreshed one character just to get that extra round in. And then I did get Venom the Duck and whoever the other featured was. I honestly don't remember. Yeah, so let's see. Just in the time from grinding Arena, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. I got 8 champions. All. Well, I don't think I duped Human Torch. Oh, Star-Lord. Yeah, so I didn't dupe Human Torch, and I didn't dupe Star-Lord. Right? I know Star-Lord's duped here. I duped him naturally with a crystal off of some luck. I learned that when my fiance opens... Oh, no, I did not get the... Okay, so I only got Carnage when I did that. That's the reality there. I did not mean to spread misinformation. So 7 characters, not almost all duped. 6 of them duped. That's right, I'm doing all but the last 2, right? So no Colossus. So that's how the numbers added up there. I got Carnage, and then I duped him, because at that time, that was all I could do. And then after that, I got Venom the Duck and Star-Lord. Now, I got Venom the Duck in the first round, and I was able to dupe him relatively easily. But when going for Star-Lord, I put in, I want to say 1.1 million, because the general consensus was that he would only go for like 600,000. That's like what this guide has. And then Crafty Grinding says 900,000 is secure. And the cutoff was higher than 1.1. I don't know what's up with that. I definitely think a lot of that has to do with just like the objectives and the rewards you get. Oh, this is an Iron Man. I have to try. You want to see a meme? We don't like Iron Man. Thing about grinding arena a lot is you get so many Iron Man Infinity Wars that you just say, I don't think it's worth my time, right? Like, because I'm not doing just this arena. I am trying to farm this arena. I am trying to farm the tier 4 basic arena. I am trying to grab Drax. I want to grab the 3-star feature just for giggles. I want to grab the summer trials top 10%. And I want to grab the minimum milestone for rank rewards on the 5-star featured. I don't have time to be sitting here. I mean, look how fast I just dominated that Morning Star with a Sparta Gwen. I don't have time to dump 3 minutes into an Iron Man Infinity War fight because I brought Venom the Duck into it. Howard the Duck. I'm sorry. Venom the Duck probably could tank that fight really quick with toxic armor. I don't have time to sit here and waste on that. Just absolute waste of my time. Whew, good times had by all. Good times had by all. That's the meme. That's what you learn. You say, this fight isn't worth my time. Yeah, so I duped Carnage, got Venom the Duck, didn't get Star-Lord because I moved my characters down to try to secure Venom the Duck and grab that like rank up gem, which I don't think I did. I didn't make my arena grinding post back then, so I'm not entirely sure. That was before I started this channel, I think. And then, let's see, I grabbed Venom the Duck dupe, and then I put way more points into Star-Lord. I want to say I've dumped 1.5 million in. Yeah, I woke up and I did my 20-hour, 2-hour alarm reset on Star-Lord. I did have 2 days off during that period, so it was much easier. And then I went right into Guillotine Ronin. That was back to back. At that point, I actually caught the flu during that, and I had the flu for 7 days, right? Like the average flu is 5 to 7 days, and I had it for 7. I mean, when I went to the doctor and on day 5, she openly stated it was weird how high my fever was. I didn't want to tell her that it was probably because I was waking up every 2 hours to stare at my phone and play. I mean, you got to understand that my flu was so bad that looking at my phone gave me a migraine, and so that's really where I optimized the no look strategy. I mean, I would set up my champions and then just never look at my phone. And that's how I grinded Ronin and Guillotine. Guillotine's cut off. I got 1.5 million. I got the rank up gem for that. Ronin, I dumped 3 million points in each time. I mean, I really wanted Ronin. He is so fun to play. I really think I'm at the point where he's probably not optimal for me, but I don't care. He is a blast. And then after that, there was the champion in Proximo Midnight. So at this point, I had already made my channel. I think that was just 3 days ago. I don't know why I talk about that like it was so long ago. But there was champion in Proxima Midnight. I was my coworker went for champion, and I'm not gonna lie, I am disgusted by how many points people put in there for the basic. 2.4 million points for the basic. What are you guys doing? It's the champion. Like, I get he's okay. He does well enough in my fights, but like, what are you doing with the champion that you really wanted that one? I mean, like, Guillotine and Drax here, they're slotted to go for like, I want to say 1.6 million. I know 800,000 isn't a whole lot, but like, the champion was out at a time when Proxima Midnight was out. Go grab a 3-star Proxima Midnight. Honestly, like, I just feel like you're better off doing that. My arm hurts. Oh, God. I'm going to play one-handed. I have to. My arm is killing me. Buy yourself one of these. Don't buy the pen version. The pen version is something my dad gave me. He just had it. I asked. But buy yourself one of these. It's just a stylus with like rubber tip at the end. Save yourself carpal tunnel. Think about yourself. Oh, Iron Man is not someone I want to be playing one-handed against, but my left arm is absolutely killing me. 6 hours in, I just... Because I typically hold the phone in my left hand and like use my left hand to support. Oh god, I think I'm gonna have to try on this one. Okay. I'm gonna lose this fight. Come on, Iron Man. Quit being a baby. Get off. Oh, shit. Please power drain. Please power drain. Ooh, okay, that works. I'm okay with that too. I don't like having to try. I'm so burnt out. You should, if you like audio, you know what, actually, the Nameless Thanos video, what I should have done is I should have put in the description, I should have said audio file for Nameless Thanos takedown. And then I could just be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I never recorded a video for my Nameless Thanos first takedown. It was an audio file. That would be the real workaround there. How does this work? You know, I hope this video is actually live. It says that there's a concurrent viewer, but I've never used YouTube Live before. I've used it once in the video. I was flashing my company logo on accident. I'm paranoid, so I couldn't upload that video. Grind is real. So today, Call Obsidian, I think. Well, so for one, I want the 800 5-star shards because with my luck, I need as many 5-star characters as possible before I get a good one. I need as many arena points as possible to get a good character. Did you guys see that glitch on Hulk? Okay, that was cool. Game is I'm so glad this game is so optimized. This is how you play Nebula, boys and girls. Nebula gameplay guide right here. 2 minutes. Ready? Start the fight. Press and hold block. Just eat the heavy attack. Yep. Press and hold block. Eat the heavy attack. There we go. Look at that. Regeneration. I don't even have to acknowledge the fact that he damaged me. 2 medium attacks. Well, you're going to want to build up to special 2 here. You kind of like gauge it on the amount of damage you do. And a medium attack, a combo. 2 medium attacks. Parry. Special 2. He's dead. Awesome. That's how you play Nebula every time. She is one of my favorite arena champions for that reason. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I love her. I keep ranking her up. She gives me so many points. I can bring Nebula into like, as long as, I don't think anyone's shock immune. If shock immune's a thing, I need to look up into it so I don't accidentally walk into a shock immune fight. Maybe, I think Iron Man Infinity War gets like certain kind of immunities when he has armor up, so I need to make sure he's not shock immune. But like X-23, anyone with bleed, anyone with shock, anyone with like a damage over time is really good in arena, just because they can really take down higher PI opponents as long as you don't accidentally bring them to someone who is resistant. Ooh, so we got Drax, Call Obsidian, Aegon, unknown featured. It'll probably be, hopefully it's someone garbage because everybody will be going for Aegon. Maybe it'll be someone OP because, let's face it, Kabam might be mildly sadistic at this point. Nope, this is the best we can do. Let's mirror match the Captain Americas. Look at that, my Proxima Midnight Awakened rank 2 max is higher PI than my Captain America rank 3 max. It goes to show you how outdated he is. The basic of OG Avengers could really use a rework in my opinion. I just feel like they kind of shorted him. Black Widow not so much, but Black Widow is my favorite character in the Marvel Universe. I am going to say I want her to just be above God tier just because, like, it's Black Widow. Like, come on, she should shock on every hit. She should, I want like 100% ability accuracy down, you know, on Awakening. I want I want a chance to stun on every special. You know, like the Hulkbuster synergy she gets. I just want that in her special. I want I want precision up. I want a precision buff on a heavy attack. I want what would make sense with her? I want like like a what? Wait, shit, I wasn't paying attention. Intercept. Okay. This is how you intercept with Proximal Midnight Team. Actually, there's way easier ways to do this. I'm just lazy. Oop, wasn't paying attention. There's backdrafting, which is where you like dash back, attack. But we're just gonna do this heavy strategy. Because it's fun. Well, you can't meme with Proximal Midnight when you use her in a quest line, but in Arena? Let me tell you how much you can meme with a lot of champions in Arena. One-handed play is my forte. I mean, I've got pen style play, right? So this is a lot of tapping, right? So hand up here. And then we can go for a parry, dodge back. Can't quite land the parry every time because just moving the pen from side to side. Oh, that's... my, I might lose this fight. Alright, we're going to have to give up on the one-handed strategy. I'm at too high of a multiplier to be a meme, or my hand is killing me. I would really... Nope, that's what I was trying to avoid. I might survive. Luke Cage is kind of tanky. But Emma Frost's damage comes from her special. Yes! Aw, oh, man, I did not deserve to win that fight. Not for a second did I deserve to win that fight. Man, I am going through these fights really slow. I should really speed this up. My arms are just killing me. I don't complain this much. I'm at the back end of my fight streak. Yep, that's the best we can do. Let's see. It's almost 5 a.m. for me. I'm trying to go to sleep by 9 a.m. So I'll do 2 more rotations. I can get my 1 million points in this arena for the day, and I can get my 1 million points in the tier 4 basic for the day. I would like to grab the tier 4 basic one with 3 stars using my no look strategy, but I honestly might have to go take a 30-minute nap. I might need to go eat food. It's 5 a.m. I have not eaten food since 6:30. So I used to live with my friend. He's gonna hate me, but I'm gonna call him Soup, just to kind of give him some anonymity. Ooh, we're just gonna die here, so don't need to watch the animation. And I play this game called Grand Blue Fantasy. In Grand Blue Fantasy, they have these like 3-day events, and then if it's a 3-day event, it's usually a recurring event. So I believe the one I'm talking about was Xeno Kuro. If you play Grand Blue Fantasy and you know what Xeno Kuro is, I am a Light Lord, and Xeno Kuro is for Light Lords, especially for light players, and grinding 2 of the weapon is optimal. Now, it might have been a 4-day event. The first day I didn't do so hot. I had to work like 16 hours, and then I had 3 days off, right? So what I did was I stayed up for 40 hours straight grinding, trying to get this weapon drop. I got 7 out of 8. Out of 40 hours straight, I got 7 out of 8. I spent so much time. I mean, so for 40 hours, if you're ever like, man, how do you do that? I bought 3 2-liters of Diet Coke. Oh, I almost got the switch. That's unfortunate. I bought 3 2-liters of Diet Coke. I'm a Diet Coke fanatic. I'm addicted to the aspartame. Aspartame is not actually addictive. I'm not trying to bash Diet Coke. I didn't mean to medium attack there. I bought 3 frozen pizzas, some pizza rolls, and some Oreos. Oh, Nightcrawler, you're such a pain in the dick. Oh, such a pain. Oh, I screwed up the Nightcrawler switch trick multiple times there. Damn. Damn, I suck. Okay, well, that's okay. I'm pretty beat. I needed to take a mental break anyways. Check out this loving strategy I have where we take our champions, hit start, and we cruise through. There we go. One-handed. Get yourself a pen. When you do the one-handed strategy, you can just tap aimlessly. Oh, let's see if we can't fix that video quality. There we go. I think it's usually a connection issue on my phone. But I wanted to look something up. What did I want to look up? Oh, yeah. So we got Aegon Unknown, Punisher 2099. I mean, I'm going to grab one. He's some free 4-star points. And Ebony Maw. They timed that really great. Everybody's going to go for Ebony Maw. Night Thrasher. Ooh, there's going to be a basic Juggernaut. I think I can ignore that one. Night Thrasher. I'll grab him if I don't have him yet. Night Thrasher, Juggernaut, Dark Hawk. So let's see. If my intermediate bracket began with Proxima Midnight, I have until approximately 6-9. So that Night Thrasher and 4-star featured will be my last intermediate bracket. And then after that, I'm going to be essentially limited to the 4-star basic for a while. Well, on the 3-star. I will be grabbing the 3 stars. The thing is that if I don't own the character, even if I own the character, grabbing the 3-star featured is some good 6 stones. You get some good ISO. You get a rank up gem if you score high enough. And it's really not that hard to score high enough in the 3-star featured. You get some 4-star shards. I already said that. But namely, it's just that I'll grab milestones from there. Yeah, namely, it's just that I like to play. I like the progression feeling. I like that Marvel Contest of Champions lets me be the optimal robot that I know I can. This here. Because that's what it is. If you're grinding the arena, Marvel Contest of Champions is how good of a robot can you be? And let me tell you, I'm a pretty good robot. I am a analytical chemist for my day job, my night job. Technically, I work night shift. The only reason I'm fighting this Iron Man is because we're just starting our streak. Normally, I just quit the fight every time unless I brought an optimal champion. Rocket Raccoon's actually really solid for Iron Man Infinity War because if you just press Special 2 in the arena, a lot of times you just get the instant kill. Hmm. We have the Thing, July 11th. I'll need to grab 2 of him. Doc Ock afterwards. I want to grab him just because he looks fun. Diablo looks fun. Mephisto's a solid defender. If I don't have those characters by now. If you're grinding for Call of Obsidian like I am, I think they're going to nerf him. In fact, those playtest videos are all technically, pre-release. So I wouldn't be surprised if they nerfed him. And I think the subtle way to nerf him, right? Like if I was a developer and I was like, darn, I screwed up and I made this champion too overpowered, right? The way you nerf those champions is, one, you go, okay, at later content, the quest lines, they never are more than 10 fights. So Call Obsidian charges up to 10 fights. You're not fighting Avengers very often, so he only really is good on a few paths. Otherwise, you're not even getting full value out of him. So that's one way to nerf him. So then he's OP in later fights, but not so OP in earlier ones. Let's cap off our 4 stars really quick. Another way to nerf him is to nerf his crit rating, right? Because if you nerf his damage, players will notice that instantaneously, right? Because that's what everybody's freaking out about, is his damage. Legacy's video, he does comment on the low critical rating. I will give him props for that. But for the average player, you're going to see big numbers, but you're not going to pay attention to how often you're critting. So if they were to nerf him and they hit the critical rating, let's say they halved it, right? Because crit rating's nice, and big crit numbers are awesome. Let me pull up a calculator here. But let's say you're Black Widow. Black Widow crits probably 80% of the time for 800 damage, as opposed to her like standard 200 damage, and a 5-hit combo at 4 crits per hit per combo, plus your base 200. You're dealing about 3,400 damage, right? If they take Call Obsidian and they make his crit rating 6%, right? In a 5-hit combo, that is a 30% chance to crit, which would mean you would crit once in every 15 hits. And if he does, let's say, I think he does like 500 hit autos, right? You're dealing 2,500 per combo plus 10,000 spread out, so you would be dealing approximately 5,000 damage per combo over the course of 3 different combos, which means your damage balances out really well. Those big crits are great. There are things you can do to boost your crit rating, but I think that would be the most subtle way to nerf a champion without making people realize that he was nerfed, right? Because you would still see the big number, and you would be able to really like optimize around it, but you would subtly go nerfed. And I think that's, if I was a developer and I said I made a mistake, that's how I would do it. Because when you do a nerf or a buff, what you really want to do is you want to make it feel good, per se. Not like good, but you want to make it feel like it wasn't a nerf. Like, almost like you didn't nerf the champion, if you can get away with it, right? In League of Legends, for the longest time, the way they were handling, I think for like 8 months, I want to say, the way they nerfed champions was they buffed all the other champions around it. And what that did was it power crept the champion we were trying to nerf. So you're like, this champion's too strong. Let's respond by making all the other champions stronger, right? And now, in PvP context, that champion is effectively nerfed. And so players who are playing that champion, they don't feel so bad when they are like, oh, I'm that champion as a main, because their damage never went down. It's just that everybody else does more damage now. On the flip side, the rest of the player base feels good because they feel like they're holding their own against that champion much more often. They can keep up, and both sides win. The problem with handling power creep or subtle nerfs like that is that you run into the long-term problem of players will realize that strength eventually. Good players will realize it immediately. And so there's a lot to be said there. I am a fan of the belief that with delayed I'd like to believe in Kabam. I'd like to believe that they are a profit-focused company with a strong community of game developers who want to make this game fun to play and want to impress their fan base and keep them happy. And with that in mind, I would say that the theory, this one YouTuber, some YouTuber who just opens crystals every week. I forget what his name is, but if someone knows who he is, props to this guy. This is not my idea, but he called it out. He said, what if they made Call Obsidian OP in order to make him hyped, right? So logically speaking, you go Ronin. Everybody is hyped about Ronin, so Ronin just needs to be good enough, right? They make Ronin high skill tier, high value power, not god tier, but close enough. People will play him. People will go and grind him because he's fun to play. Call Obsidian got no hype. I feel like no one was excited about him. When you fight him in the event, it's absolutely laughable. And Ebony Maw is just absolutely brutal to play against in the event. And so Ebony Maw is hyped because, people are like, wow, this is really tough to do. And so Call Obsidian had like no hype to him. So as a developer, you go, okay, well, we just need to boost the Nike out of his damage, right? Stack it on a persistent charge, so you can't get it on first fight anyways. So there's already balance there. In the same way that you don't bring Aegon to a lot of content just because you have to ramp him up, you wouldn't bring Call Obsidian to a lot of content just because you have to ramp him up. And then you say, okay, now the player base is hyped, right? Now the player base cares, and now you have all three champions properly hyped, and you have 3 solid weeks out of a 6-week period where your champion that you're releasing is super hyped. Like it's the same way if you think about it the way they did Human Torch. I think the real reason Human Torch was so hyped is you spent a whole month getting repeatedly kecked by Human Torch until you finally learned how to play against him. And then everybody, once he showed up in the arena, they went hard for him because they're like, this is going to be an OP defender. And then you get him and you're like, oh, he was only OP because the nodes he was on was OP. Plus, everybody's already learned him. I think Human Torch's value will skyrocket a year from now, right? I think that the more people know how to play against a champion and play into a champion, the worse they are to use as a defender. And if you're arguing that Human Torch's value is as a defender, then I would say right now is the worst time to use him, right? Because everybody who's playing has already fought him, let's say 60 times, right? Twice a day for 30 days. But a year from now, when you're sitting on a 4-star Human Torch or a 5-star Human Torch and you stick him on, let's say, a Limber node or a power gain node, yeah, that'd be good. Or an unblockable heavy attack node. I'm gonna cut this video off probably once I grab my tier 4 basic, or once I decide I have the energy to move and get food. The food thing, that makes me laugh because if you've ever seen those memes about Red Dead Redemption where they're like this is your boyfriend after Red Dead Redemption comes out, and it's a skeleton sitting in front of the TV because he's just not eating food for a week. That's me, which is crazy because I love food. I mean, I love food. I'm actually going to be going to school again for a master's degree in food science. That's how much I love food. And there are many reasons to go into food science. And my reason is because I've learned that with the knowledge of food science, you can make food taste better. Right? Fun fact, if you eat sour food when sad, it tastes more sour. And when you eat chocolate when happy, it tastes more sweet. And the vice versa too. If you eat chocolate when sad, it actually tastes less sweet. Which is ironic because a lot of people eat chocolate when they're sad, kind of like as a pick-me-up, because you eat it for the natural endorphins. Um, and well, I just eat sour candy all the time. But like one example would be they did this study. They asked, what was it, 3,400 and something people or so, after like over the course of like 3 games. They asked them to test standardized samples with known quantities, concentrations of sourness and sweetness in them. And they asked them to rate how sour or sweet it tastes after rating their mood. And they showed, I mean, it was like a 35% spread difference between, based on mood, of whether or not their team had won and stuff. So their data was really, really good. If you're ever going to quote facts, I highly recommend you do put the effort into looking into some data. That data can be really relevant. Their data was really sound. They executed it over 3 months or so, I want to say, over several games. I want to say like a minimum of 3, and they tested it in multiple states and countries. So like it's really hard to counteract that and say like, oh, that was inaccurate. I mean, they really put their work in. So as you should when you're doing, I believe it was probably a doctorate thesis, because with any of those kind of like food science, psychological papers, it takes a lot of statistics, right? You got to really prove it, because when you try to justify something like, oh, your mood affects how sour something is to you, people are going to look at you skeptically. So you need to justify that heavily. Other fun facts. Pot roast. If you like pot roast, the reason pot roast is so soft and melts in your mouth, and the reason cooking it slow works, is because there is a chemical in pot roast, in the muscle fiber of the meat that you're eating, and that chemical is what determines the toughness of your meat. So things like round roasts have a larger quantity of that chemical in the muscle, and that chemical breaks down in a very specific temperature range. So when you stick your pot roast or your round roast in a Dutch oven or a crock pot for a period of time, that chemical breaks down, and it breaks down over a very slow and long process at a very specific temperature. So as a result, I think this is stuck again. Let me fix this real quick. There we go. As a result, with your chemical breaking down in your pot roast over time, it becomes softer, and that's what makes like a tough meat like round roast such a good option for a pot roast. And the reason you don't do that with like steaks or stuff is because what makes steaks good is the fact that they are firm yet tender, and that's because the amount of chemical they have that causes that toughness is really reduced, and that's just because they come from a part of the animal that has less muscle fibers. So that's a fun fact. Food science is really cool. Or things like the complexity of the texture of the food that you're eating can really affect your opinion of it. And so people don't realize, but when you eat food, like when you're eating like a hot dog, maybe don't go to this much effort. It's just a hot dog. I mean, I'm a big fan of, it's not just a hot dog. A hot dog is what you've made of it. Touching Spirit Bear, go read that book or just skim it. But in Touching Spirit Bear, he makes a huge point of saying a hot dog can be just a hot dog or it can be a feast. What makes a feast is the effort you put into it. I'm a big believer of that. Firmly believe that a hot dog can be absolutely amazing if you put the time and effort into it. That said, the thing I was trying to talk about, I'm just blabbering, honestly. I'm just so tired. Nope, don't want to move that down. I lost my train of thought. That's okay. It's 5:20 a.m. Please cut me some slack. You gotta understand, it's 5:20 a.m. and I'm literally talking to myself in a video camera right now. So cut me some slack. The issue with doing a live stream video like this is that I can't watch YouTube videos, I can't watch movies, so I do feel the need to fill the void with, noise. My stomach is at the point where it's growling. I think talking about food is actually getting me hungry. Man, I'm so far from that tier 4 basic. Oh, goodness. 3 stars, climb points so slow. It hurts. I don't know how I ever did this. Ugh, I wonder if my microphone's even working. Like, maybe I've been talking this whole time, and you're listening, and you can't even hear me. I don't know. I won't know until I upload this video, actually. It's not like I could do anything there. Ooh, I lived? Nah. Yeah, I was gonna say, no way. There's no way I lived there. Should have won that fight. I don't have an excuse for losing that fight. Hunger and distraction. Yeah, that looks good. Playing with 2 hands is overrated. I'm trying to show people this game is accessible. That was probably super impolite. I apologize if I offended anyone there. That was not my intention. Not for a second. Man, what was I talking about? I was talking about something food related. Oh, I remember. Something people don't do when they eat food is they don't think about enjoying it with all 5 senses, right? So get a good look at it, right? If your food is like aesthetically pleasing, that's going to improve how you perceive it taste wise, right? The more aesthetically pleasing your food looks, the better it tastes. There's a reason chefs plate their food and it looks so good, because when it looks so good, you are more likely to take a bite and go, man, that was really good. And vice versa. If you're like, man, that looks like a piece of shit, you're more likely to eat it and go, wow, that did not taste good, right? I think that's something I don't need to explain. The other thing is, oftentimes, like, if your food has a sense of smell, if your food has, like, what's a good example? Chili's. Chili's has their sizzling fajitas, right? And the reason their sizzling fajitas sell so well is because it looks so dang good. Okay, we are not trying to lose my fight with Proxima Midnight here. Oh, we're going to lose my fight with Proxima Midnight here. That's embarrassing. That's what I get for being lazy. Alright. I got my break. It's time to actually try, at least for a few series. If you've watched my guide on how I grind, this is my strategy. I build up a nice solid multiplier. Gonna use some boosts here. I had 70 of these saved. I thought, when would a better time be? I don't have one for him. Did this not get used? No, it did. It's just glitched. I thought, when would be better to pop my 70 arena boosts than when I'm grinding for Call Obsidian? Because by the time I get to Ebony Maw, I'll be at the back end of my intermediate bracket, so I won't need them. And I'm still in the front end of my beginner bracket, so I feel like I need them. And once I hit veteran bracket, I'm kind of like semi-determined to take a break. I actually need to win this fight. Come on, use your special, honey. There we go. Punish. Enjoy some toxic armor, and you should probably KO. Free. Yeah, Ebony Maw, and then Night Thrasher. Yeah, so Ebony Maw will be the back half of my intermediate bracket, followed by my last one with Night Thrasher. So I feel like when I get to Ebony Maw, I won't need the arena boosts. When I jump into the veteran bracket for the first time, I'm going to go back to saving my arena boosts since I can comfortably put out the minimums for the 4-star basic, and I cannot compete in the 5-star featured or the 4-star featured at all. That's actually not true. I think some of the 4-star featured cutoffs are really low, so I might actually be able to. Let me pull those up really quick. Let's see, 4-star featured 10%. Well, wait, the 4-star featured you need to get. Yeah, so if the 4-star featured isn't someone crazy hyped, I can put in 5.8 million. Oh, I should probably play his mechanics. Come on. Thank you. I wonder how whiny I sound when I complain about them not using their specials. Whew, I don't mean to. Please be forgiving. I am pushing 8 hours of straight play. Like, one thing I really want to do is I really want to do a 24-hour stream. Just because I know I can. Actually, I want to do a 40-hour stream. Maybe one day when I have 3 days off, I'll do a 40-hour stream. And I'll show people what it's like. Like, maybe the first time I go to compete for a 4-star featured, I'll do a 40-hour stream. And I'll show people just how insane it is to grind. I mean, I'm going to be taking my 30-minute nap. So I'll be back at X time and I'll set an alarm and pass out right here. I don't know if you can see it, but this back here is actually a mattress for my basement. It's actually one of those like fold up into a beanbag chair / mattress things. Very awesome. Love it so much. I use the mattress more than I do the beanbag, but what's really convenient is that I can roll it up and then fit it into a van. Can't fit it into a car, but my fiance drives a van. She drives a Honda CR-V, which I call a van, but I guess it's technically not a van. It's a bigger vehicle. My point is you can fit into a bigger vehicle, and that's what matters. I think I can burst him down. Oh, not what you want to happen when you're trying to burst someone down. Arena, man. Don't charge a heavy attack. Yeah, so let's see. 4-star featured Spider-Man went for 5.258 medium. Spider-Man went for 5.2. Oh, did he cancel my? There we go. Let's actually try to stance switch this guy. I am not this bad of a player. I am not a good player by any means. I'm just not this bad. Oh, not sure how that worked. Oh, the first attack is a miss. I see. I don't play Ghost. I know that when you dash back, she phases and you get an auto crit. And then I know that you can't be hit, so only the first attack you can't be hit. So you can't just like full meme them. So maybe you get like almost a 0.6 second window to intercept their second attack after guaranteeing a miss on the first one. 300,000. I've got a full day to grab 300,000. Yeah, I'm gonna start using my 4-stars on. I'm gonna start using my 4-stars on Call Obsidian again. Push over 1 million. It's only been a half hour. Yeah, let's see what we got here. We got Human Torch went for 11 million and then 8 million because his awakened ability was bad, so no one wanted to awaken him. Ronan went for 12 million and then 10.9 million because people thought his awakened ability wasn't necessary. I am always going to stand by I disagree. I mean, like, if you're a professional player who never gets hit, you obviously don't need it. But if you are a somewhere to beginner to moderately good player, I would say having his awakened ability is clutch, as it really shores up a lot of his weaknesses. I think it really makes up for any kind of play mistakes you might make. Spider-Man went for 5.2 million. Annihilus went for 6.8. Captain America Infinity War went for 5.8. I could put 5.8 in. I've got almost 2 million added up just today from the first day. Huh. I mean, I'm using my 3 stars, actually. So that's actually really bad math. I think I averaged it out to, I do roughly 200,000 on a rotation right now. 500,000. So it's 500,000 after my first 3 rotations. But I'm up to like 1.1 million, like, because like it scales as I get more comfortable in verses. Let's press SP3. It scales as I get more comfortable in verses. So I want to say I can dump probably 1.5 million right now in a single day, especially if I use my 2-hour strategy, my grind, my what is sleep strategy, and if I'm actually tryharding. I would try hard for Captain America Infinity War. Fun story. My friend at work, he has a 5-star awakened Captain America Infinity War and a 4-star awakened Captain America Infinity War. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. And he doesn't have like a huge pool of 5 stars, just for the record. It's not like, oh, of course he has that. He's got 65 stars. He's got like 4 or 5 stars. Some people, man. Some people should just play the lottery. Chunking out 1,000 points at a time. Got this pro grind strategy. It hurts. We do what we can. I gotta look this up. What does... I apologize for not having music up, by the way. I don't know how to do the copyright thing yet. Oh, no, I do know how to do it, but it's so many links that I'm just not quite there yet. I think I'm out of content to talk about. Yeah, I have nothing left to say. Alright, at this point, just know that I will be grinding for another 4 hours today. I will maybe come back, but I'm not exactly popular enough to have like people hanging out in my chat to interact with. So I just kind of wanted to do this live stream because I was really demotivated after my well, first off, taking down Nameless Thanos was super badass. As much as people complain about how hard that fight was, my issue is not how hard it was. My issue is that the rewards kind of suck for how hard it was. That's how I feel about that. But the fight itself was super fun. I mean, juicy content. Like, I am not at all mad about how hard that fight was. I definitely don't think the master difficulty should be as hard as that, because I haven't had much issue clearing the master. I didn't have, like, I was able to clear master difficulty content when in Human Torch, right? Like, I was taking the Human Torch down with ranked up 3 stars on master difficulty. I'm not even that good of a player, and I could do that. So I do feel like there's a little bit of a bridge gap. I definitely think with where this game is at, the game would really benefit from, take beginner out, right? We don't need a beginner difficulty. Maybe scale everything down, right? Like, make beginner the new normal, and normal the new heroic, and heroic the new master, and master the new uncollected. And then make a new uncollected something completely different, and then, you know, set up the rewards accordingly, right? Like, right now we're in a position where people will, like, they'll do a completion run of beginner just cuz, but, like, kabam, your rewards and your story and your objective completion is so good right now that, like, why would anyone clear beginner? Like, other than the base completion reward just, like, being technically unit and energy positive, like, it's just a waste of time. Please just fix that. We could really benefit from a modified difficulty setting, like, because normal is reasonable, right? Like, new players will do normal, and they can easily do normal. I think new players should be able to clear normal with a roster of 2 stars. Not just, like, think they can. I know for a fact they can, because I was doing it when I was a brand new player. Like, I jumped straight to normal. I never bothered with beginner. I guess I'm a little biased. I did start the game off with that. I did buy the 99 unit thing, and I did buy parry and dexterity almost immediately. And I'm probably not the average gamer considering how much research I do, but still, we don't need it. I don't think we need a beginner mode. Unnecessary. And I think that you could spend that time, right, with a higher difficulty, better rewards, right? Like, Nameless Thanos Master difficulty was the difficulty it was on Uncollected, and the Uncollected version was like a variant version, right? And then the rewards matched accordingly. I think people wouldn't have an issue with it, right? Like, I don't have an issue using 3 team revives because, kabam, you gave those to me. But if I didn't have those, that would have hurt. That would have hurt a lot. That said, I'm going to continue grinding. If I ever get to the point where I have viewers, I will grind. I'll sit here and grind the arena for 5 hours with you. I'm still going to grind the arena. Like, in no way am I stopping, but I just think that I'm past the point where I need to be alive anymore. This was fun. I plan on doing it in the future. I work night shift, so I'm not exactly in a position where I can do this at a time where people are awake. So I guess this just makes more of a YouTube video for people to meme and make fun of. Hey, if you're gonna click on my videos and watch and make fun of me the whole time, whether you a hater or a fan, I appreciate the view. That said, I'm at the point where I'm literally just memeing, so I will talk to you later.